Guigo, and no one. That's right. Nico is not here today. He's off on a trip, so it's just gonna be my annoying ass. So if you prefer Nico on your on this podcast, you're shit out of luck, and you can go fuck yourself because it's gonna be me today on my ball that you can hear. It's one of those not medicine balls, exercise balls. I There should be a name for them. It's not Bosu ball. It's not medicine ball. They're they're just balls. Yeah. Anyway, so I am sitting on one because my chair sucks. My chair has this weird way. Let me see. The left side goes down, so my back is uneven. My left side of my back is down, so it's stretching it out while my right side stays up, and it's terrible. In fact, I don't know if it will be up by the time this comes out. I really doubt it. I'm much lazier than that. But I do you guys notice that I do that? That when I say but, it's like but. It like fucks up it fucks up the spectrogram. I don't know words. I don't know terms, guys. This episode's going to be funny in the idea of trying to keep track of the thoughts that I have. Because I'm going to jump around. That's what I do. Hopefully I can come back to the thoughts that I had, but that's how my brain works. It connects dots. I used to annoy friends that way. We would have a conversation and it would seem like I would seem, I don't know, insane. That's not the right word. Crazy? No. Manic? I don't know. Now I'm making people feel bad. Yeah, it would seem weird because I would jump around. I would jump here and jump here and jump here. And my friends, they wouldn't know uh how I was going from this to this to this. The truth is, I was connecting dots. I was connecting random dots doing do 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 do, and then suddenly a dot would, get my interest, and then I would speak it, which is what's happening right now. So, let's see if I can come back to what we were talking about. Okay, we were exercise ball, and then shit. Oh, the way I say but, like I say it really loud when I need to say but. Like I say something da 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 da, and then but and it's really loud and it fucks up the spectrogram and we have to come in and deal with the clipping. If anybody knows audio, we have to deal with clipping, and they're probably saying, oh, you don't deal with it, we heard yours. Yeah, we deal with it, I think. So yeah, my chair, there we go. My chair sucks, and we're hoping to put up one of those. Oh, that's what I was going at. We're hoping to put up one of those Jesus, what is it called? When you get money from a bunch of people. Crowdfunding. We're going to put up one of those crowdfunding things. Yeah, I sound old. Crowdfundings, and and try to get some money to help us out. Let's see. We could get new mics. We could get like professional recording software, which we don't have. We have some free shit, so professional stuff would always sound better. What else could we get? I don't know. Maybe some soundproof things to keep us soundproof. So the next time the team who is here today again, just lying there sleeping, if he ever has to make some noise, he can, and it won't interrupt us, when he needs to bark at the dogs, or he needs to pee and somehow the door wasn't left closed. Yeah. So, yeah, so we can soundproof that and make our shit sound better. That would be good. Also, it would go to a new chair, because if my back is broken because I sit on that chair, or it breaks like on this ball thing that I'm sitting on, that would suck. That would suck for you particularly, because then I'd be in a bad mood, more so than I usually am, and then you would have a bad episode. the, the how good your episode is, it's concurrent concurrent to how I'm feeling. Particularly me. Nico doesn't have feelings. Right. He's very feelingless, so when he does stuff, he it's not determined by his feelings, unlike me. So that's Nico, that's me, and we want to get a new chair. That'd be great. I mean, we'll also put one to kind of just beg, because that's what you do when you crowd fund. You're begging. You're just going, hey, people, give me money. So we'll beg for enough money to just to keep our thing going, right? Because unless we get ads, we're not being paid. So that's what we're gonna do. But the main point will be to get new stuff to deliver better quality and not break my back. So at our current quality, I'm going to continue talking about my life. This is weird because I feel like I'm trying to fill up silence. I'm trying to fill up and just talk and talk and talk. So it's probably going to make me jump around a lot. But what happened in my week? Let's talk about me and my life and how interesting it is. Okay, so I was walking back into my house and I looked up and I saw a beautiful looking, it was a pigeon. I looked up later, it was a pigeon? Was it a pigeon? Is that what? Yeah, I think it was a pigeon of some sort. And maybe you guys can correct me. It's like it was kind of fat, and it was grayish, like a light gray, and it had a blue streak on the back of its neck. Yeah, so I saw that, and it landed on a branch in the tree. It was perfect timing, right when I was around, like just below it, which made me scared. I don't want poop on my face. So I looked up and I saw it and I go, "Ooh, nice bird." I'm, I looked up this thing and it's like what you shouldn't put on your um, romantic site profile, and one of them was bird watching. Like you shouldn't put that because nobody wants to go out with somebody who bird watches. Now I don't have a romantic site like eHarmony thing. I don't have one of those profiles. Anyway, I don't have one of those profiles, so I wouldn't know what's good or bad with other human beings. But that's just mean because bird watching is cool. I love the idea of doing it. I haven't done it. I think I'd get lost doing it. Both lost in the woods and lost in the terms. Like I wouldn't be able to identify the different birds. I'm really bad with terms, people. That's why I'm always looking for words. I can understand things, but the terms just I lose them. I don't know how to keep track of them. But anyway, um, yeah. So I would I haven't gone into it, but the idea is just it seems so cool. Like just seeing animals, especially birds. Birds are unique animals and they do really cool things, and I don't know if you watch, they're beautiful, by the way. Beautiful. So anyway, so I see this bird on this branch. Bird on this branch just being itself by itself. Alliterations. And it goes out of view for a second. So I have to swing more on my porch. It's not really a porch, it's just a big slab of concrete. So and the way the bird ends up, it's between these between the trees. There's like, okay, so it's not one tree, it's three smaller trees that are kind of tall. Has a large trunk before it reaches the first branches. So you can see in between the two trunks, like it's a little window, and in the middle is that bird, just perfectly, just right there. It was like picture perfect. It was really nice to see that. And then all of a sudden, this bird flies over to across the street, and it lands on the tip of the roof on the other side of the street. I'm very congested. So I get very congested, and it's so weird because I'm already a big guy. Now you guys know I'm not the fittest. I'm a weird fit. You know that thing that people the fat fit. It's not. It's a weird. Magazines usually take that, and online sites, and that's fake news. That's the worst thing about Trump saying fake news. Fake news has been around for a long time, people. It's been a long, like, what it was it Vietnam was influenced by a fake attack by the Vietnamese on a ship, on one of our ships, and it was fake. It didn't fucking happen. And you know, WMDs. Yeah, we know that situation. So yeah, fake news has been around for longer than the idea of a politician using it to enhance themselves has been around, right? So a way of fake news is let's see, the fat fit thing, right? There's it's not really the idea that you can be fat and be fit. It's more like a deeper. It looks at BMI. I believe it looked at the idea of BMI. BMI is ridiculous. It doesn't take into account muscle mass to fat percentages and all. And muscle weighs more than fat. So, um, and it doesn't take into account the card. You know, if you have the certain how do you say it, the right levels on your health tests and stuff. That's the kind of thing I am. So my so I'm not on an athletic level. I'm not gonna claim like, oh, I'm so awesome, even though I'm big. It's like, no, 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 no. Let's take a step back. But I have a normal heart rate. I have a normal um, American diet blood sugar levels, which is it's like really close to really bad levels, but it's not there yet. And you would think by just if you looked at my BMI, you would be like, okay, you're gonna die tomorrow. There's no way you have these health test levels, and I do. My blood pressure's high, but the reason my blood pressure's high is more like it's a bit of genetics. Absolutely, it's diet. I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's just genetics. Ah! No, it's not just genetics. I can control it. I don't, but I can control it. And if I tried, which I don't, I should though. Definitely try so I don't die. But what's death really? All right, let's not get into that. But um, yeah, it's high, which is partly genetics and partly diet, but it's not as high as you would expect at my BMI. And I once asked this guy. He does something in the hospital. He's a nurse for something where he has to estimate how much a person weighs. Now I'm wondering, why don't you just weigh them? Or our hospitals really that poor? Can those top level people share some of that profit to get you a scale, properly do stuff? But in lieu of a scale, he has to estimate how much people weigh. So he looks at me and he goes like, "Oh, you weigh like something something, 230, 240, 240, I believe." And I weigh more than that. And it was like, "What? How do you weigh so much when, you look like you don't?" And it's like, "Well, muscle." Because BMI doesn't take into account muscle to fat ratio. Which is, so you don't want to go by your BMI that much, guys. Just like Tim Ferriss, I'm a little bit, I'm similar to Tim Ferriss in this way, slightly different. So, um, I don't, I'm not a doctor, though I sometimes pretend to be one online. So don't check, don't take advice from any old, um, online medical advice place, like any forum or stuff, because I might be on there running around. typing around, giving false advice to people. Actually, if you take eat sugar, your blood pressure will go down. No. So yeah, I don't take all my advice. Look it up for yourselves, you lazy bitches, and leave me to my theories. But yeah, as far as I know, I fit into the fat fit. Still means I need to get fitter. Doesn't take that responsibility away from me and doesn't leave me to my genetics. But it's better than I'm still in a better place than what my BMI, which is the main point of this long rant, takes into account. So now I don't know where I was. Let me just go back to the bird story. So the bird goes on top of these, on the very tip of the roof across the street, the very tip, like perfectly on the tip of it. And then sounds sexual. And then this other bird, the same exact kind of bird, flies from on top of my porch. It flies on top of my porch and just glides over to the tip top of that roof as well. It also is there right next to the other bird. They like hug each other. They like rub necks like, "Oh, how are you? Oh, I'm doing well." And it's beautiful to see. Then the front door opened because whoever was home was like, "Hey, I think you're home." I don't know how they maybe they sell my car or something. Anyway, they opened the door. I said hi. They said hi. Blah blah blah. And then I turned around. The birds were gone. Yes, they were apparition birds. I saw ghost birds. That sounds like they died. No, they're apparition birds. They're spirits. I don't want to sound wrong here, but I really like Native American spirituality. So I'm going to say they were Native American spirits trying to give me a message. I don't know what kind of message. Maybe find yourself a bird and climb to the highest place in the world. No. So, I don't know what it was, but it looked really nice. And it was nice to see. And it was part of my week. Yeah. So where was I before? Where was I before with the fat fit stuff? Jump back. I'm not going to remember, guys. So I guess you're going to have to extrapolate from. Oh, okay. Okay, we went from fake news, fake news, to the BMI thing, the fat fit thing. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we are. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's jump on. I want to say feminism, but I don't know. It's kind of old news. It's kind of old news because I would say I am a feminist, but then the idea is like by all the other, yeah, that's the sound effect you get. People. Do you get that too? Can I do other sound effects? Timba, what's another sound effect? Ah, he didn't do that. No, that was me. That was slamming a pen on the. My congestion. Oh, that's what it was. My congestion. We found it, people. So my congestion. So I'm a bigger guy, right? So I'm already prone to if I get like if I start getting winded, start breathing in my mouth. Okay, makes sense. Uh, well, I need to get fitter, of course. But this is the thing. I'm also like almost permanently congested. So sometimes I breathe through my mouth just because I have to breathe through my mouth in order to breathe. Because my nose is just not there. It's clogged up. So I look worse. I look like some really fat guy who sat down. It's like I get up, walk a little, sit back down, whatever situation might bring that, and suddenly I'm breathing from my mouth, and then I get paranoid and anxious because I'm the guy breathing from his mouth, even though I walked like a foot or two, a couple inches, and it's not that. It's I'm a little fatter than that. I breathe. I'm congested. I breathe through my nose. So before you judge people, you skinny fucks. That was harsh. I'm sorry. You guys are fine. You skinny people, you fitter people. Before you judge everybody like that, right? First of all, don't judge. Imagine. Do you guys know that song, "Somewhere Over the Rainbow"? There's the original, but then there's the one by the Hawaiian guy, Israel. My God, if this whole fat shaming thing existed back back when that song came out or around there, you know how mean that would be. Now somebody should have told him something that way he might have lived longer, had a fuller life. But um, yeah, it, for anybody who knows basic human psychology, basic human psychology. No, shaming, shaming, and guilt and fear are